Welcome to all the Dhamma practitioners. This Friday, we learn about the Dhamma that leads our life to prosperity and progress. They are like the wheels that take the car to its destination, excellently taking it to the end of the path. This Dhamma has 4 aspects. 1. We have been born in a good locality, have good surroundings. 2. Associating with a good upright person, or individuals with wisdom. 3. Conducting oneself rightly and well, guiding the mind and thoughts, and taking oneself to the correct path. The 4th aspect is being someone who has received goodness already, having a good original foundation, having built goodness and virtue, being well equipped since the beginning. We call this having done merit from the past lives. So these 4 Dhamma aspects will help us to have prosperity and progress in our lives and to attain splendor and abundance. Now, we have been practicing Dhamma all through the year. We have been studying, or we have been doing work and fulfilling responsibilities, and we have the hope of prosperity and progress. We hope for advancement in our studies, in doing work, and prosperity and progress in Dhamma practice. So we need to have Dhamma, having these 4 wheels, so that we can have prosperity. And we people live by our past karma, past deeds, the merit and goodness that we have built. So to live in a certain locality, having specific surroundings that are suitable, this is our merit that we have done. This is one aspect of a suitable country. But for those with faith, who live in a country that isn't suitable, then it is difficult, troublesome, and unsupportive for education, studying, working, or learning Dhamma. And we may be born or live in a certain place that has no good, upright people, so we don't associate with those who are wise. And if we are someone with little wisdom, then we will be even further away from prosperity and progress. But when we have foundations of self-development, and we are close to those who have wisdom, to those who have intelligence, whether in the world or in the Dhamma, then we can learn from them. We can gain success. And if we have been born to a place where our surroundings aren't that good, but we stay close to a wise person, they are good and upright, someone with knowledge and skill. They advise and teach us. We practice following them. We receive that knowledge, whether in education, work, or in Dhamma practice, then we can head towards success. But what is important is the foundation within us, that when we have the good aspirations in our mind, then we must establish and conduct ourselves rightly and correctly. We take ourselves to the right path, and this is essentially to do with oneself. So everyone should set your hearts on this. You have been determined in learning and practicing Dhamma all the way till today, which is close to the end of the year 2021. And tomorrow is Christmas Day. It is the new year of those with faith in Christianity. Here we can see that Christianity is about having loving kindness and compassion. And if we add more to this, about being a Buddha Christmas, like Venerable Ajahn had said, Buddha Christmas, which is one who knows, having wisdom, having loving kindness and compassion, and adding to it mindfulness and wisdom. So this will increase our success and add to our prosperity and progress in our minds. Having only loving kindness and compassion, our minds have peace to one level. But if there is no wisdom there, then suffering can arise in our minds. So we need to have the crucial wisdom enter to make our minds be free from suffering. And then we will have only prosperity and advancement. And it's not just associating with good, upright people. We associate with them, and we must learn from them as well. We must go to connect with them. We must listen to them speak, must read, and think and contemplate, following the Dhamma they teach. We have our minds intent to sincerely learn. And the important point is that we must have the mental skill or capability to have thoughts that reflect wisely, and that are correct as well. If we know already, but we think in a way that does not reflect wisely, which is incorrect, then we may not gain success. If we have listened, have learnt, have skillful thoughts in a way which reflects wisely, and we take it to practice Dhamma, then we will see the results according to the principles we have practiced. And this wise reflection has its purpose in that it relates to other Dhamma principles as well. So it's important that we take what we have learnt, we reflect and consider it, and we can take it to practice with properly. Because this Dhamma, which leads to prosperity and progress, must also be imbued with mindfulness and wisdom. Only then can there be prosperity and splendor and have success arise. So whoever has wisdom or right view in their minds is a blessing to our life. Being born in an appropriate country is a blessing of life. Associating with good upright people is a blessing of life. Establishing ourselves rightly is a blessing of life. So for everyone today, it is close to the end of the year 2021, and it will begin a new year. And tomorrow is the new year of the people with faith in Christianity. But what everyone wants is to have prosperity and progress for every nationality and every language. And the people in the world want happiness and don't want suffering. But for everything, for all Dhammas, they have causes for it to arise. And the ultimate level of us knowing and seeing the Dhamma, this is seeing the arising and ceasing of all things. We understand it clearly, just like how the Venerable Elder Assaji taught Venerable Sariputta, and he could see the Dhamma, that all things arise from causes. The Buddha has spoken of those causes and the ceasing of all things as well. So Venerable Sariputta understood that everything has arising and ceasing, so he saw the Dhamma. But in the beginning, for those practicing Dhamma, we want to have prosperity and progress first. Prosperity and progress in learning, prosperity and progress in work, prosperity and progress in Dhamma practice. And so we put in effort and diligence, and are determined to conduct ourselves rightly. And all through the year we have been conducting ourselves to give up evil, the unskillful, to make merit, and to make the mind pure. And by learning aspects of Dhamma, we may have had some clear knowing arise, which can overcome our doubts, and our mind has inner joy. There is happiness arising. And don't forget that though each person aspires for happiness, we have thoughts of wanting wealth, having rank, having status, want riches, want praise, want pleasure, want long life, to have no sickness, no dangers, to have no obstacles. But all these need to come about through causes as well. Venerable Sivali had built the cause and condition by offering fresh honey to a Pacceka Buddha. He had made merit, and he had done it continuously after that, until his last life, where he was the foremost of all the monks in the aspect of receiving gains. Venerable Bakula, he was the foremost of all the monks in not having sicknesses and bodily afflictions. He didn't even have to take minor medicines. He was born and ordained at 80 years old and had a long life until 160 years old. And he was foremost in having no sicknesses. And he had offered medicine and toilets to the Sangha. And some Arahant monks could enter jhana, the absorptions, and have good samadhi, meditative concentration. They said, "It's happiness, it's happiness." This is them having built their merit and parami, spiritual perfections. And importantly, there was the great Venerable Elder Sariputta, who had more wisdom than all the other monks of the Buddha. he was the one foremost in wisdom, and Venerable Mahamoggallana was the one who was foremost in psychic powers. So we must build the causes and conditions. We try to do good, whether it is on the aspect of dana barami, generosity. If we can do it, we quickly do it, while we still have life, because we don't know how tomorrow will be. And we ask for the barami of the Lord Buddha, our Sasada, together with the left and right hand chief disciples of the Buddha, with the barami of Venerable Elder Sivali and the Venerable Elder Bakula, and with all the Arahant monks with happiness in jhana, that may you all here be determined to build goodness, and to worship the Buddha through your practice, and to do so continuously to the end of the year, and to next year, all through that year. We will be one who strives to train oneself, to have dana, to keep sila, the precepts, to develop bhavana, practicing to develop the mind, to keep learning as well. And we don't just wish for things only, that may we have good health and strength, but we do whatever following our likes, eating whatever we want, then it isn't possible, because all things have causes for it to arise. So we must be careful in what we eat. We mustn't be overweight. We have to be careful of the foods that are bad for us, that gives us sicknesses. Monks call this patisankhayo, wisely reflecting on the food. So when we do this, as well as for all things, including rest, and moods and emotions, then we can have good health. So by the merit and barami that we have done, the goodness that we have made, and by the barami of the Lord Buddha and the great Venerable Elders, may you all be firmly established in goodness, have healthy and strong bodies, have bright and joyful minds, and have happiness, all through the year 2022 that is coming. And may your Dhamma practice develop in stages. May you understand the Dhamma of the Lord Buddha through taking the Dhamma that you have listened to, read, learnt, and known, to take to think of, contemplate, and reflect on, to take it inside, to practice it, in order to understand it more clearly. May you all have the eye of wisdom arise in your hearts. May you all be well. May you grow in blessings.